Who is Braverman and what was his request for a speed course? Salah Braverman is the Home Secretary of the United Kingdom. He is in charge of security, immigration, policing and counter-terrorism. He is also one of the most senior members of the government. Last summer, Braverman was caught speeding by a camera. He was driving at 35 miles per hour in a 30 miles per hour zone. He faced a fine of £100 and 3 points on his license. But Braverman did not want to have points on his license. He wanted to avoid them by attending a speed awareness course. This is an option for some drivers who have broken the speed limit by a small margin and have not done a course in the last 3 years. A speed awareness course is a 4-hour session that teaches drivers about the dangers of speeding and how to avoid it. It costs about £90 and does not result in any points on the license. However, Braverman did not want to attend a normal speed awareness course with other drivers. He wanted to have a private one-to-one course with an instructor. He also wanted to have it at a convenient time and place for him. He asked his civil servants at the Home Office to help him arrange this. He used his official email account and phone to contact them. He also asked them to contact the course provider and negotiate on his behalf. This was a very unusual and inappropriate request. It raised questions about whether Braverman was abusing his power and position as Home Secretary. It also raised questions about whether he was breaking the Ministerial Code of Conduct. The Ministerial Code is a set of rules that ministers must follow. It says that ministers must uphold the highest standards of behavior and integrity. It also says that ministers must not use public resources for personal or political purposes. Braverman's request for a private speed course could be seen as violating these rules. It could also be seen as undermining public trust and confidence in him and his department. Braverman's request was also unfair to other drivers who have to attend normal speed courses with other people. It could be seen as giving him special treatment and privilege because of his status. Braverman's request was also risky for him and his career. It could expose him to criticism, scrutiny, and investigation. It could damage his reputation and credibility. It could even cost him his job as Home Secretary. Braverman's request was also unnecessary for him and his license. He could have easily attended a normal speed course online or in person without any problems. He could have also accepted the fine and the points on his license without any major consequences. Braverman's request was also unsuccessful for him and his course. He did not get what he wanted. He did not manage to arrange a private one-to-one course with an instructor. He ended up paying the fine and taking the points on his license anyway. Braverman's request was also revealed to the public by the media. The Sunday Times and the Mail on Sunday reported his story in May. They exposed his attempt to dodge a group speed course by using his civil servants. Braverman's request caused a lot of controversy and backlash for him and his government. He faced calls for resignation, apology and investigation from opposition parties, motoring groups and the public. He also faced pressure from his boss, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who had to decide whether to launch an inquiry into his behavior. Braverman's request backfired on him badly. It showed him as a constant rulebreaker who did not respect the law or the people he served. It showed him as an arrogant and entitled politician who thought he was above the rules and better than others. Braverman's request was a big mistake for him and his speed course. It was an eyebrow-raising request that turned into a scandalous story that tarnished his image and career. Salah Braverman's eyebrow-raising request for a speed course backfired spectacularly when it was exposed by the media and sparked a political storm. The Home Secretary, who was caught speeding in her ministerial car, allegedly asked civil servants to arrange a private speed awareness course for her to avoid a public one. This would have been a breach of the Ministerial Code, which states that ministers must uphold the highest standards of conduct and avoid any actual or perceived conflicts of interest. The scandal damaged Braverman's reputation and credibility, as well as that of the government. She faced calls for her resignation from the opposition, who accused her of hypocrisy and arrogance. She also faced criticism from her own party, who questioned her judgment and integrity. Some Tory MPs feared that the controversy would undermine their efforts to win over voters in the upcoming local elections. Braverman's request also backfired on her personally, as she had to face the consequences of her speeding offense. She was fined £100 and received 3 penalty points on her license. She also had to apologize publicly for her mistake and admit that she had acted inappropriately.